Hey guys, it's your boy Nami Rubber Bands back with another video, and today I'm doing what if Deku had the Big Getty star. So I hope y'all guys enjoy. In this story, Deku will be in a college, and yeah, it's gonna be super overpowered. Just enjoy the story. It's gonna be 18 plus, and yeah, I hope y'all guys enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, and share the video, and let's get into it. So the story starts off like this: as Deku was on a camping trip by himself in the forest, just enjoying nature for what it was, and just having a good time, camping, just literally really enjoying life right as it is as right now. So he's like, finally done. Think it's time to go to bed. Maybe by tomorrow I could leave this place early and get back to the city by 3 o'clock, he says. As he finishes up his work that he was been studying on. As he gets ready to head into his tent, he hears something walking around in the bushes. As he's like, "What the heck is that?" As he just pays it no mind, thinking it's a wild animal. As he was correct, it was a wild animal, but not just typical mill raccoon. It was a grizzly bear. As Deku didn't have time to hide or get away from it, as its speed blitzes him. As he's like, no, as it starts to tear into his arm and it rips off his arm as he's like, he's screaming, right? As blood is leaking out his arms. He tries to get up and run away as he gets a few yards because the bear is eating his arm. He's like, not like this, damn it. I thought this area didn't have grizzly bears. Shit. As he's running, and he runs past a sign that he didn't see there before because somebody had something over the sign, but this is grizzly bear's territory. He's like, ain't that some shit? Blood. As he's spitting out blood, as his blood is leaking everywhere. He's like, I need to find some place where I can get civilization. But his body is slowly leaking blood as he starts to get cold, as he's running around, as the bear is tracking his scent through his blood, as he's like, damn it, I might not have enough time to get away from this thing. I'm sorry, Mom, but I might not make it, he says. As he's limping away, as the grizzly bear slowly but surely closing the gap between them. As he's like, oh shit, my time is up. Well, I guess it was fun while it lasted. Didn't think it would end up this way. As the bear closes the gap between them and starts to viciously maul Deku. It's so vicious that his upper half is stuck on a tree, as his lower half is completely devoured. As this is the end for our young hero, Deku. As we all thought he was dead, but something happened when a meteor just crashes in between the bear and Deku as it hits the bear, completely annihilating it. As Deku is long deceased at this point. As something comes out of the meteor, and I don't know, it's something strange. As he's about to fade into, death, as little nanobots start to jump on Deku's body and starts analyzing his bio. As it says, perfect, we can fix him. As it starts to fix him up, as the nanobots take over his body, as Deku wakes up, he's like, what happened to me? I thought I was dead. As he looks at his arms and he sees that his arms is coated in metallic technology. As he's like, what the hell is this? As he passes out. As he's passed out, his body reinforces his cellular level to absurd abilities. Like, it's so absurd that his normal human capabilities is mere child's play of what he can do now. As the nanobots says, complete. He doesn't need no more upgrades. Good. As we cut the next day, as park rangers end up finding Deku in the forest, as they can't explain why there was so much blood, but it leads up to this boy right here. That doesn't make sense. He doesn't have any injuries. What's going on here? As they wake up Deku, as Deku's like, finally, the nightmare is over. That couldn't be real. As he looks at the tree and he sees the bloodstain that was there when he got mauled by the grizzly bear, as he just shakes it off. So it wasn't a dream. As the officer says, "Are you okay?" As he's like, "Hello." Oh yeah. Sorry about that. What happened here? That's exactly. Well, I don't know. It looks like a grizzly bear made a kill and it's ate whatever was there. Yeah, that makes sense. As he gets up, as he says, "Officer, can you take me to the nearest city right now?" As he's like, "Yeah, that's weird. Normally grizzly bears don't travel up this high." Oh, really? I swear I saw a sign. As Deku looks as the sign wasn't there. As he's like, strange. As he heads off with the park rangers and the officers. They still don't understand why there is so much blood everywhere. But Deku is keeping hush hush about it because he doesn't want to know what exactly happened because it would look like he's lying and they might think he's a murderer or something like that. So he pays it off no mind as they drop him off to the nearest city. As he goes to his bank account, and when he goes to the bank account and sees what's going on, he's like, "Huh, interesting. I thought I had a little bit more safe than that, but it is what it is. I take that." As he was about to take his money out the ATM, as something told him, like he felt something in his body where it was just like a natural impulse. As he puts his hands on the machine, as the machine starts to glitch out and bug out, as Deku doesn't know what he's doing, is what really happening is he hacked the system and put a whole bunch of money into his account without him even knowing. As when he gets a notification on his phone saying you have a check worth 1 billion in your bank account. As he's like, what the hell? As he bugs out, right? He's like, oh no, what is going on? As he doesn't know what's going on, but he literally hacked the system. He hacked the system so well that he won't even get caught by the government. That's how crazy his abilities are that he doesn't know of yet. As he's like, no way, who just deposited me 1 billion just like that? As he's freaking out, as he's like, oh, I don't want to touch the money, but if it's already in my account, I might as well use it, right? I could just say play it off as a glitch in the matrix, right? He starts to sweat. But this money can pay for my intuition. So Deku takes 100,000 of the billion that's in there and uses it towards his college um, degree and stuff like that. So he heads back to the college. So everybody's like, "Yo, man, where you been, man?" I've been on a vacation. Had to, relax. Shit is tough. They're like, "Yeah, man, but hope everything's well." And as he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, so good," you know. As he's like, "Well, I'm about to head off and pay this bill I have to do real quick. They're like, all right, man, see you later. Um, that was Todoroki and Bakugo. Those are his best friends in this story. As they let him go as he goes to pay off the debt that he owes the college. So Deku, he goes up there, big man, big baller, and slams 100K on the table with a suitcase worth of money in it. This should cover my debt, right? As they're like, cover it. You did more than cover it. Good, take it. Anyway, use the rest of leftover for that for the rest of my classes I have semesters. That's upcoming. As they said, certainly. As Deku, he goes back to his dorm as he's like, I gotta figure out what the hell is these powers. What else can I do? As it talks to him through his head. Well, if you wanted to know so much, as Deku was freaking out, he's like, what the heck? Calm down, says the entity that's in his head. You're a supercomputer at this point, not just through power, through hacking, but mainly your main power is physicality abilities. This power instantly analyzes any flaw in your body and increases it tenfold, or I can even say 1,000-fold, as the entity says in his head. So, who are you? Well, the name is Cooler, but you could call me the Big Getty Star, says the entity, aka Cooler. Interesting. So, you still want to stay on this wretched planet? As Deku's like, yeah, it's my home. Why would I leave? Such waste of potential, but what can I say? I haven't had a host body in a long time. It's not like I can go against your will. Anyway, kid, what is your goals and what is your ambition? Says Cooler. Well, I want to be the greatest hero, but I know that's a lot of bull. Honestly, I just want to do whatever I want, says Deku, as that raises Cooler eyebrows. He's, interesting. So I did pick the right host. Good. So, what exactly is that you want to do? Essentially, I want to live a normal life, but also have a lot of fun, you know? As Cooler's like, maybe it's a good change of pace to just live an easy life. You know what? I'll help you with your goals. But I'm going to tell you how to use your powers. You got it? Listen to me very carefully, says Cooler. As the entity known as Cooler goes into details. First, first and foremost, you have insane regeneration. Your regeneration is unlike any others. Your body instantly repairs any damages and flaws, analyzes it, and fixes it to its full potential so the same occurrence won't happen again. As Deku's like, whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, but I'm not done yet. As Deku's listening. Also, you can also use the move called instant transmission. Essentially, moving at infinite speed in a short burst. As that shocks Deku, he can't even comprehend such speed. But that's something you get later down the line. You need to really analyze how fast that is before you use it. Otherwise, you might destroy yourself. Says Cooler. Okay, okay. Also, you come equipped with a full metal body, but you can also change it however you want. Says Cooler as Deku nods. And you can also shoot Key Blast. Download any tech you want and perfect it all the way to its max potential. Essentially, you're a living upgrade, says Cooler. As he says, so my question is, that's the reason why I have all that money in my bank account? Precisely, says Cooler. As that shocks Deku, as he sings. So essentially, if I wanted to, I could take over this whole planet. Yeah, but do you really want to do that? I mean, hey, I'm not gonna stop you, says Cooler. And he's like, nah, just a thought in my head. Quite devious, aren't you? As Deku's like, yeah, maybe. As he's like, well then, now that you know your powers, how are you gonna use them? Because I'm interested, says Cooler. Not a lot of people gets a hand on my tech. Um, as he's like, well, I hope to see where this goes. As Deku laughs, he's like, huh, you remind me of myself a lot, even though we're two different beings. I get you, says Deku. As Cooler says, huh, you must have had a rough life growing up, huh? As he's like, yeah, essentially from the world I'm from, if you don't have a quirk, you ain't shit, says Deku. As Cooler's like, huh, you don't say. What is this quirk thing? What is that? As Deku said, essentially you're born with superhuman powers. Essentially, one day you can wake up having ice powers and stuff like that. As Cooler's like, ah, I get it. So this planet is power based planet, huh? Everybody has a different power, huh? Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Says Cooler. Well, you got something way better than any fucking quirk on this planet, says Cooler. As he's like, yeah, I know. Thanks, man. As he's like, no problem. Only took interest in you because you had such a strong will, and I could read that off of people. But hey, enough about me talking to you. As he fades out of existence, as Deku wakes up, as he's like, as one of his eyes turn digital red. Now I know the powers I have. I can do what I want. Let's crush this UA exam and get into hero course, says Deku. As he heads out and leaves the dorm. As he walks past Bakugo, as Bakugo's like, man, how am I gonna pay for this debt? Don't worry, man, I got you. As she looks at Deku, like, what you mean, man? You ain't shit full of debt too. Not anymore, man. I got you. Like I said, I got you. Yo, your mom's still living in that area, bro? As he's like, yeah, unfortunately. What you mean? What you gonna do? You gonna do something about it? As Deku's like, yeah, don't worry. Trust me. As Bakugo looks at his phones and he gets a deposit of 100K, he's like, where did it come from? Don't worry about that, man. Just use it. Get yourself out of debt. You got it? As he starts to cry, as he gives Deku a hug, he's like, thanks, man. I needed this. As he runs off. That's my bro. As he heads over to Miss Bakugo house, aka Misty. As he, takes a trip there. As he just jumps up in the air and begins to fly at high speeds. As he gets there like in a few minutes, crash landing in front of the house. As he fixes the damages that happens. So you can fix anything you want, huh? Essentially. Interesting. As he knocks on Miss Bakugo's house, aka Misky. As he's like, hey Misky, how's it been? As she's like, is that you, Deku? As he's like, yeah, can I come in? As she opens the door. As he walks in. But guys, I'm gonna be leaving it off right there. So let me know how y'all feel about the story. Um, this took me a long time to even come up with because I didn't know how I was gonna start the story because it's such a complex story. It's kind of nuts, like how I had to start this story up. But I guys enjoyed it, and it's been your boy Nami Rubber Bands. Part two might take them out, but it will eventually. Let me know what you think. And peace, y'all. Spin your boy. I'm out of here.